Television for the Blind presents Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 8, Issue 4, A Long Way Home, Part 4.
The first image is a familiar face in close-up. It's Warren, and we're back in Season 6. He is sweating and looks afraid and is clearly bound in the trees the way he was in Villains before Willow flayed him. A voice is speaking over this memory, Warren's voice, as he remembers what Willow said to him.
For now.
The next image is a tight close-up on Willow's eye. She's clearly surprised and apparently afraid. Warren continues taunting her and explaining himself.
Do you even remember that's what you said? Last 2 words of my human life, so I remember probably better. You were upset.
We see Amy's face from a low angle. Her expression is clearly pleased as Warren begins to talk about her. She's definitely enjoying this.
Kinda spiraling is what they say. Which is, hey, I'm not excusing where I was at, so don't think. I mean, you. If Amy hadn't been watching you, she never would have started watching me. Watching over me.
We see Warren in flashback again, looking more terrified as Willow faces him. His voice continues to explain his survival.
Do you know I had maybe a 4-second window after my skin came off before I died of shock alone? That flash paper disappearing act was pretty hokey. We still kid about that. But thinking on your feet, this is the girl. Her magic is my skin.
And now we see Warren's present, skinless face in close-up. He is smiling cruelly as he reveals still more of his history.
That time we came up with a spell for you and your girlfriend. And hey, that was quick. I was still learning to walk again while you were already in the first room. I remember thinking, and it comes up again in this situation, I just have to wonder.
And we again see Willow's eye in extreme close-up, still afraid. Now there is the fine and lethally sharp point of a scalpel held almost perfectly to her pupil.
Are you bored now?
The next image takes us to Scotland, outside the castle, where Dawn and Buffy are standing. Dawn is clearly enraged, and Buffy stands with her arms crossed at Dawn's feet. Dawn is so angry that she's punching the masonry of the castle, breaking off huge chunks of the wall. "Ugh!" screams Dawn. We see Buffy in close-up. She has put a leather jacket on over the khaki pants and white shirt she was wearing when Willow was taken.
Dawnie, you know you're not as proportionally strong as you are large.
We see Dawn calming down, holding her right hand in her left. The knuckles of her right hand are bleeding from where she punched the castle.
I know, this hurts a lot. I can't let something happen to her.
If they manage to reopen the portal.
Dawn is shown from over Buffy's shoulder, gesturing helplessly.
I'm too big. I get it. I'm useless.
The image reverses to show Buffy looking up at her sister with genuine concern over what Dawn has said.
That's not.
Just bring her back. I trust you to do that. I do, Buffy, but do it. I'm not trying to slam you, I swear, but Will is like a mom to me.
The view shifts to a close-up of Buffy's profile. She looks hurt by what Dawn says. The next scene is of Buffy standing in the castle beside Xander. Her hands are on her hips and are crossed high, with his hands under his arms. They're staring straight ahead as they catch up.
Oh, I bet you loved hearing that.
How much longer?
The view shifts and we see the room from above. It's the basement where they were holding Amy. The 2 young women, apparently the mystics Xander requested, are standing in front of the broken wardrobe, gesturing and reading from books. Behind them, Xander and Buffy watch patiently as they discuss their plan.
Teleportation isn't an exact magic, Buffy. As good as these girls are, we're not sporting a Giles. So probably a couple hours tops. Portal Echo big enough for 1 or 2 guys. That's about it.
What can I do?
Figure out who your moving buddy is.
In the next image, we are seeing both Buffy and Xander in profile. Xander is staring straight ahead, still very stoic. Buffy, standing on his right, turns to look at him with concern, apparently sensing him wishing he could go with her.
Xander.
I'm not a fighter. I got no magic. If there's any kind of satellite bounce, I'm your eyes and ears. That's it.
The view reverses to just Xander's opposite profile, from Buffy's point of view. He looks a great deal older than he usually does, and he's still staring straight ahead.
It's Will. We play it smart, and you remember, she's stronger than all of us.
Back in Amy and Warren's lab, we see a close-up on Willow's hand and the glowing bond holding her at the wrist. Her hand and arm are shaking as if she's fighting to escape. Warren's voice is taunting her.
And therein lies. It's very operatic. Your downfall. You're just so strong.
We see another stream close-up of Willow's eye as Warren continues. Now, however, her eye is being held open by several metal tools holding her eyelid open. Her eyes bloodshot and a tear is running free.
All your power is siphoned into those bonds. The stronger you get. Try it. Go dark. I wish you would.
In a wider look, we see the length of Willow's body where she is laid out in the lab. Warren is holding her chin and apparently digging into her eye with his scalpel. Willow screams wordlessly as her body convulses in pain.
I think you might.
In the castle, we see Buffy's face in close-up. She's staring intently as she chooses her partner on this mission.
Satsu?
The next image stands alone and at slightly wider margins than the others. 5 female figures are standing together. One with yellow eyes, apparently wooden skin, and leaf-like hair. The next appears to be made of blue flame or some kind of energy. The third in the middle is almost an abstract version of Willow herself with two-tone skin. The fourth appears animal in nature like a werewolf. The fifth figure is blank white space shaped like a woman. In that space, there are countless mathematical expressions at different angles. The second figure, made of blue flame, speaks. "For goodness sake, yes, grant her access," says the figure. In the next image, we see who Buffy is addressing, a room full of her slayers. Satsu is in close-up. Just beside and behind her are Rowena and Leah, and several other slayers fill the room. As Buffy continues to give Satsu her orders, most of the other slayers, particularly the other 2 on Alpha Team, look obviously disappointed not to have been chosen. Satsu looks nervous but ready.
Get your favorite blade and be ready for anything and the mother of anything.
And in the next image, we are back on the military base, but instead we see General Vol and the man in the suit. They are reacting to Willow screaming and look alarmed.
We heard screaming.
From over their shoulders, we see they are looking at Amy, who is standing in front of the door to her and Warren's lab, clearly not intending to let them come in. "And you've disabled our cameras," said Vol.
I know, I'm sorry, but guys, there's no way Buffy is not going to come after the subject.
Vol and the man in the suit look surprised that Amy has planned this out as she explains. Maybe they are surprised to be out of the loop.
You just have that big atomophalic thing pointed at the portal and you'll get your slayer. She'll come after this witch like a dog after dog shit. I swear to God.
In tight close-up, Amy's face is full of wicked glee.
But the witch belongs to my boyfriend. They have a history.
As Amy finishes, we see Buffy in the castle. Her face is all business and not at all friendly. She's opening a chest or armoire and claiming the scythe from a parent storage place.
She's kind of a history major.
Next, we see Alpha Team and several other slayers together in what is apparently Satsu's bedroom. Leah and Rowena are sitting on her bed, Rowena slumping, still looking upset that Buffy didn't pick her. Satsu is kneeling beside her bed, getting a katana that she stored there. She appears to be embarrassed to have all these other slayers watching her. "It should have been one of you," said Satsu. The next image is a close-up of Rowena and Leah. Rowena looks despondent and says nothing. Leah is smiling graciously and appears to be trying to keep Satsu relaxed.
You didn't think we know that? Personally, I think Buffy just wants to die, looking at your great hairdo. But it's her that's boss.
We see the blade of Satsu's sword in her hand. In it, her reflection stares back out at her wide brown eyes as Leah gives her one more piece of advice.
Don't embarrass us.
In the basement again, Buffy and Satsu are ready for battle.